Hey, I'm your host, Jen Wheeler, and this is the Healthy Her podcast. I'm a teacher, author, and foodie who went from being addicted to sugar, skipping meals, and struggling to get in control of my eating, to someone who is 10 kilos down, eats all the yummy foods without restriction, and is finally in control of my hunger. I'm obsessed with helping other health-conscious women ditch the confusion and overwhelm so they can cultivate healthy eating habits and truly thrive. The Healthy Her podcast was created to give you real talk about healthy eating, as well as easy, actionable tips that fit seamlessly into your busy lifestyle. I'm not just your host. Think of me as your healthy eating hype gal, your personal cheerleader as we chat all things healthy eating, weight loss, and mindset mastery, so you can become the healthiest, happiest version of you. So if you're ready to ditch the guilt, reclaim your confidence, and unlock the very best version of you, then you're in the right place. So let's get started. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Healthy Her podcast. Just before we jump into today's podcast topic, I just want to remind you that you can still register for my free masterclass, why you are not losing weight and exactly what you need to do instead. Now, this is not one of those free masterclasses that you sign up for and that you forget about. You are not going to want to miss this one. I will pop the link in the description below so that you can register. It is completely free and it is something that you can plug in. You can sit and lay on the couch and watch after work at nighttime. You can chill out and you can have all of the aha moments as to why you're not losing weight, why it hasn't worked for you for all of these years, and exactly what you need to do instead. This masterclass is just jam packed with so much information and so much that you are just going to be able to relate to, because I know so often we are just stuck in this, what is wrong with me? Why is this not working? Why can't I lose the weight? I just can't eat healthy consistently. And in the masterclass, I delve into all of it. I'm having the conversation with you that I wish that someone had told me. So I hold nothing back and I share everything inside this free masterclass. So don't forget to save your spot and to register, because I promise you, you are not going to want to miss it. Okay, let's jump into today's podcast topic. The 5 things that you are not, I repeat, you are not going to do this silly season so that you can end the year strong. Here's the truth, because I'm like you. And I know you're tempted. I know it is December and I know that you are tempted to do something drastic. You are worried about all the food that you're going to eat and probably the limited exercise and the laying around doing nothing, watching movies, chilling on the couch, laying on the beach, whatever you are doing. You're worried about the things that you are going to do over the silly and the festive period. Okay. Now I have a question for you. Has that mindset of jumping to doing something drastic helped you or got you anywhere in the past? Okay, let's be honest, it hasn't. It doesn't work. It didn't work for me. It's not going to work for you. So let's change that. Okay, let's start and go into December by doing something different. Now, this is where that restrictive all or nothing mindset comes from. So, what we do is we use that restrict mindset when we can't do something perfectly. Okay. So, in your mind right now, you're going, okay, well, it's Christmas is coming and New Year, and I've got work events, and there's all these things on. There's going to be all this food, and I'm not going to have time to exercise. And you're worrying about weight gain and being unhealthy and all of these things because you're thinking in your mind, well, I can't do this perfectly. And so what we do in our brains is we jump to that. Well, I'll restrict. Can't do this perfectly this time of the year. So I am just going to restrict. And in the female brain is we actually think that that will balance it out. It's like, well, I'm going to eat a lot more. I'm going to exercise less. I'm going to be out more. I'm going to be sitting around more. I'm going to be eating less vegetables. I'm not going to be like keeping up with my healthy habits and my water as much. I'm going to be drinking more alcohol, all of these things. And so we think, okay, that's happening right now. It's December. That is going to happen. So I'm going to restrict to make up for it. That's the way the female brain works. It's like, well, like, I'm not going to do very well over the next month. So I'll just restrict. So I'll eat less. I'll cut calories. I'll skip meals. I'll go hungry. I'll feel hungry. I'll go to bed without my dinner. I'll skip breakfast. I'll cut out sugar. I won't eat carbs. I will restrict in any which way I can. And again, we all have a preference. Some women, it's like, well, I'll cut the sugar. Other women, it's like, no, I'll cut the carbs. Other women are like, skipping meals is my go-to. I was a skipping meal girl. We all kind of have our go-to restriction method. So we go to that restriction method when in our minds we go, well, I can't do it perfectly. Okay. And that will just make up for it. I cannot stress this enough. That is not how weight loss works. And I will keep telling you that. That is not how weight loss works. Just because you eat less or you cut out food groups or all of those kind of things, it does not mean that you have created a calorie deficit for weight loss success. Weight loss success is a numbers game. You need to know your numbers. You need to know what you eat. That's why I created the Healthy Eating Hype Gal membership, because I teach our members how to do that. And the biggest thing is that when you do it the right way, you get success, because you're not doing this whole like guessing and just trying and restricting and hoping that it will create a calorie deficit, because that is not the way that weight loss works. So this episode today is just really to help stop you doing anything drastic, doing anything silly as we head into December, because I just want to reassure you that any restriction, any cutting out of foods, any skipping meals, any going hungry, it is not going to do anything. It is going to make you feel tired. It's going to make you feel hungry, and you're just going to be in the same place come when the new year rolls around. So please try and avoid doing anything drastic. And I also want to just remind you as well too that please be a bit savvy with what you are viewing and watching on social media, because it all comes out now. It's like lose 5 kilos before Christmas, look your best on Christmas Day, lean down in order for Christmas. You don't need to do that. Like, I'm not heading into Christmas doing anything different. Okay. I'm not going into it going, okay, I'm going to eat less. I'm going to restrict. I'm going to cut carbs. I'm going to not eat sugar. I'm going to cut out alcohol. I'm not going to have chocolate. Like, those things don't work. Okay. So just be a little bit savvy when you're scrolling through social media and ads on telly and all that kind of stuff. And I also want to let you know, if you ever see an advertisement, something on the TV or social media, and they are saying to you to lose a certain amount in a certain time frame. So for example, lose 5 kilos in 5 weeks, lose 4 kilos in 4 weeks, run. No one can guarantee that to you. Literally no one. Okay, not the best of the best, the most experts in the world. No one can guarantee you that, because women all lose weight at different rates and at different times. Okay, sometimes you can have kilo weight loss and then nothing for 2 weeks. Okay, and then the next week after that, you might lose 500 grams. Weight loss isn't linear, it does not go in a straight line. So please run if you see an ad or something like that that is promising you weight loss in a certain period of time, because like I said, no one can guarantee you that. It's not something that anyone can tell, because even me, like, I can't say I'm going to lose this much in this amount of time, because my body makes that choice. Even if I'm bang on with my food and my exercise and my deficit and I'm doing all of the things, I cannot guarantee how much exact weight I would lose every single week, because my body makes that choice. It's how my body responds, how quickly my body responds. All of these kind of things play a factor. So please stay away from things that tell you that you can lose a certain amount of weight in a certain amount of time, because no one can predict that. It's like just not possible. Okay. So let's talk about the 5 things that you are absolutely not going to do so that you can enjoy this silly season, this festive season, with no guilt, no stress, or no pressure. Very, very important. I want you to enjoy this time of the year. I want you to enjoy the month of December. Okay. I don't want you to be restricting and cutting out stuff and doing crazy things, because it doesn't work. Okay. Tried and tested it multiple times. It does not work. Okay. Number one, just exactly what we'll talk about. No restricting. Have a voice in your head. And when this comes up, like, I'm not going to restrict, but I can eat a high protein breakfast. I can go for a walk. Like, that inner mean girl voice is going to pop up. And she's particularly nasty around this busy time of the year. She really, really is, especially around this silly season, festive season. She can be particularly nasty. So if she's in there going, oh, cut out the sugar, don't eat the bread, in your inner voice, your internal dialogue, say, I'm not going to restrict. I'm not going to restrict my food. So remember what I said, you'll have a go-to method. Okay. We all do. It'll be cutting the carbs. It'll be cutting the sugar. It'll be skipping meals. We all have a go-to as women that we use when we need to restrict. Okay. So whatever your thing is, when it comes up, say, I'm not going to restrict, but I can do this. They change that language, change that dialogue, change the words that you are using, because that stuff matters. Okay. And it will help you feel more confident, and more in control. Okay. I'm not going to restrict, but I'm going to do this instead. Now, I do apologize because a lot of women come to me in the membership and also like online and through my DMs and DMs and emails and things. And I have to apologize because often you will experience a Jen voice in your head. And I've had quite a few women comment to me about this, about they're like, oh, I was going to do this, but then I heard Jen's voice in my head and then I did this instead. So apologies if you do listen to the Healthy Her podcast or follow me on social media, that you will probably have a little internal Jen voice that you'll notice starts to pop up in your head that says, don't restrict that, don't cut that carb, don't do that. So apologies in advance for the annoying little voice of Jen that pops up in your head when it comes to healthy eating and exercise. Okay, number 2.
Hello, my name is Clem and I have lost 10.5 kilos in total, which is so exciting. I am a member of the Healthy Hype Gal membership and I have absolutely loved every minute. I cannot tell you how much this program has changed my life. Jen is amazing. All of the girls in the community are amazing. It is just incredible. And I am so grateful for everything that it has offered.
We did talk about this a little bit, but please do not sign up for a 4-week get ready for summer challenge or get ready for Christmas or lose 4 kilos before Christmas Day and fit in. I've seen some absolute rippers like look amazing in your Christmas Day dress and they don't work. Okay. Again, it's that mindset. What they're saying to you is they're going, hey, I want you to sign up for this plan and program. I'm going to make you eat perfectly. Okay. I'm going to restrict your calories a lot. So maybe you might lose a couple of kilos by Christmas. And then what are you going to do? You're just going to put it all back on anyway. So you've literally just wasted all of that time and effort. So please stay away from anything like that. Okay. Number 3. Of the things that we are not going to do this silly season so that you can end your year strong and look and feel amazing. Number 3, please don't over-exercise. This is a common misconception that we have as women. Okay. Now, we think that exercise burns a lot of calories. It actually doesn't. Okay. Quite often, you'll actually burn more calories just in your general day to day activities and moving around and things like that. The actual 40 minutes of exercise that you do does not burn massive amounts of calories. Now, what women do a lot is that they factor in exercise into their eating. When we work out your deficit in the Healthy Eating Hype Gal membership, we do not take into exercise into account, okay? Because it's very hard to predict the exact amount of calories that you lose. And like I said, it is actually a small percentage. So please don't over exercise around this time of the year, okay? Because you're not like you think, oh, great. Well, I've now done 2 gym sessions today. That means I can have the whole packet of Tim Tams instead of 1. No, you do not burn that many calories during exercise. It's way less than what you actually think it is. Okay. So please don't think over exercising is going to help make up. Remember, that's we're in that mindset of like, oh, well, if I can't do it perfectly, I'm going to have to make up for it with the under eating, the skipping meals, the over exercise. Over exercise doesn't work either. Okay. It's just going to leave you feeling tired and exhausted, and especially around this time of the year. So please don't turn to extra walks, extra steps, extra exercise because it does not work. And that's why often you might see someone post something on social media or you'll have a girlfriend or a family member or someone and they'll say, oh, really, I still can't lose weight. And like, I'm doing like 15,000 or 20,000 steps every single day. It does not work. That is not a calorie deficit. You can still be eating all of the food and eating way too much food and still doing a truckload of steps, and it will not work if your calorie deficit is not correct. So please don't do over exercising as a tool, as one of your restricting tools during the month of December in order to make up for things that you're overeating, overindulging, lack of exercise, all those kind of things, because over exercise will not work. Okay. Really, really important one to remember. Number 4, please, please, please do not say no to all of the yummy, delicious food. Please don't. You need to learn to enjoy all food mindfully. That is where that sort of 80-20 approach comes in. Okay, you eat well most of the time and you enjoy the foods that you like some of the time. Okay, please don't say no. So please don't go to like a work social event or a Christmas party or a barbecue or a catch up or something with friends or family and be like, no, I'm trying to be good. No, thanks. I won't have that. Yeah, thanks. But no, I'm trying not to eat those things. Please choose what you're going to eat. So go into that thing thinking, oh, I really like those things, or my auntie makes that, so I'm going to have that. Just go into those things and enjoy those foods mindfully. Don't eat 10 of the custard tarts. Have one and enjoy it mindfully and remind yourself something that I always would say to myself in my head is, I can have more later. I can have more another time. It's not, I'm only allowing myself to eat this food at this time of the year and I'm never going to have it again. Don't get into that mindset. Okay. So please don't say no to all of the yummy food. Pick and choose what you're going to eat. Do both. So enjoy the yummy food, but also go for your walk, also go for your high protein breakfast, also drink your water, but still enjoy the yummy food because when you say no to things that you genuinely want and you really want to eat and enjoy, it just leads to sadness and to binging. Okay. And I know you're going to be able to understand this too. You'll be like, I really wanted to eat that dessert at the party, but I said no because I was trying to be good. What happens in that instance? All you can do for the rest of the night and the next day after is thinking about the damn dessert that you wanted to eat and how you're annoyed at yourself for not eating it. There's that food noise again. It doesn't go away. So please don't say no to all of the yummy food. Just enjoy it mindfully. Choose what you want to eat. Take control of it. Don't go to these events hungry. That's always a good idea. And just enjoy that food. Like food is meant to be enjoyed, and especially at this time of the year. So please, 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 please don't be saying no to everything. No, thank you. No, I can't have that. No, I'm trying to be good. No, I enjoy the food that you want, but put yourself in control and enjoy the food mindfully. And my last one, number 5 of the 5 things that you are not going to do this silly season is the constant negative self talk. We think as women that the way that we speak doesn't matter. It does. Even if it's internally in your brain and you're not saying it out loud and no one can hear you, it still has an impact on you. So please, please avoid the constant negative self talk. If you ate something that's higher in calories, don't worry about it. Okay? Enjoy it. Enjoy it mindfully. Don't then go into your mind and yourself and beat yourself up and stand in the mirror and constantly beating yourself up that you're a failure because you had the yummy dessert or that you ate the cheese and crackers and you were trying to be good and you couldn't stick with it. And that is not a sustainable, healthy lifestyle. That is someone that is trying to eat perfectly and do everything bang on. And I'm telling you, as I've told you before from personal experience, that stuff does not work. You need to learn to enjoy all food mindfully. And when you want something or you crave something, that you can just enjoy it and then move on without all of that guilt that goes with it. So please, please, please try and avoid that really negative self talk, especially around this time of the year. Just don't do it. You'll feel it. You'll hear it. You'll be like, oh, I'm getting down into that spiral again where I'm like telling myself I'm a failure or I'm weak or why did I eat that thing or I shouldn't have had that thing or I ate too much of that thing or all of that stuff. It's all negative self talk. So again, when you hear that little Jen voice in your head and she's saying, please stop that, please listen. Please stop all of the constant negative self talk because it will just make you feel bad. And like I said, it also quite often will increase that food noise. So instead of the noise about you not eating the dessert goes away, when we're quite negative, it just continues. And it can often go on for like days, even like a week. So please try and switch your negative self talk into something positive. So, hey, you know what? I ate this thing, but I also did this. Okay. Start changing the way that you are talking to yourself because the way that you speak to yourself truly, truly matters. And look, I was this girl. I was this girl, this person that I'm talking about. I was that person. I was that person that would head into the December season and do the restrict thing. I'd look for all because I knew I'm like, well, can't eat perfectly, gonna eat all this food, not gonna move much. Right. What can I do to make up for it? Okay. And I would go through all the things, trying to cut the things, restrict the food, increase my steps, maybe add in another gym workout, all of those things. And they just don't work. Okay. They really, really just don't work. And a really awesome thing that, which I just have to share with you, is that one of our Healthy Eating Hype Gal members, and she has gone away. She went away with her family. They'd had a really nice time. And she'd posted in the group that for the first time ever, that she didn't have to diet ever again because she knew exactly how to go away, enjoy a holiday, and just come back and just get back into her normal healthy habits. And that's exactly place that I want you to be when it comes to Christmas. I want you to enjoy your Christmas, enjoy your New Year. January rolls around and you don't have to go on a crazy diet. You don't have to restrict your food. You don't have to cut calories. You don't have to eat less. You don't have to eat boring chicken and broccoli. You can just go back into normal healthy habits and get back into your routine. And that's why I wanted to share this podcast episode with you, because I really, really don't want you to do any of these 5 things, because they'll just set you back. They'll just put you in a bad headspace and you just won't enjoy this wonderful time of the year. So please try and remember all of those top 5 things that I've shared with you today that you're not going to do. Remember that little Jen voice in your head that you're not going to do, so that you can really, really enjoy yourself this festive season without the guilt and without all the stress. I hope you found today's podcast super helpful. Remember, enjoy all of the yummy food, enjoy all of December, and just do it all mindfully. And remember that you do get to do both. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you all in our next podcast episode. Thank you so much for tuning in to another empowering episode of the Healthy Her podcast. If you enjoyed today's chat and found it helpful, hitting that follow or subscribe button would be amazing, because your support means the world to me. Come connect with me on Instagram @theactivebod for your daily dose of inspiration and for loads of new easy meal ideas. Take care and keep thriving. See you next week.